everybody, welcome. It's that time. Thank you if you're watching the VOD at home on YouTube. Greatly appreciate it. This is going to be the read-through of the version 1.5 patch notes. That means Versusia will be on the way. That's releasing on the 20th. We're going to go over all the notes here, some quick little overview. Also, we do have the developer video we want to check out and the character guide for Versusia. We'll take a quick look and then maybe after get some review. But the breakdown for the Versusia gameplay will be a separate video. So definitely check out the links at the end of the video here to see those additional clips and a little analysis here that will be working in conjunction with my early impressions of Versusia as we broke down the trailer. We're going to see a full character utilization here, but the key topic here today is that version 1.5 patch note. It's huge. So, new playable character Versusia on the way has been added in addition to a new Grand Prix game mode and major balance adjustments for the entire roster. So the entire intro of this patch here, little insider baseball, I spent 10 minutes talking with no audio coming through to the stream. Super duper on me, my bad. But yeah, so this whole intro is literally just the Grand Prix, some online changes, including the Grandmaster versus rank added, and how that works, plus the new minigame with my boy Nicholas having a appearance. Here's to hoping Nicholas pulls up. Please, Nicholas, Grand Blue fans versus Rising, please, dear God, we have a second character pass coming through. Please, Nicholas. Anyways, back to it. Arcade mode changes, story mode edition, and a bit more here. But I'm going to quickly run through this. The battle and character adjustments. Now, let's keep in mind some real talk here. This is open mind while we're reading through this, right? I've seen some early first blush impressions. Some things really stuck within a very specific lane of what the content or change was going to be and didn't really look at the bigger picture here or really took into account how other characters are impacted by these changes. So we definitely want to make sure that we're keeping an open mind as we're going through this here. Of course, I'm going to try to get my fair assessment. I don't have access to play these changes, so some of them may leave some lingering questions, but we'll certainly test them out as we get into the actual release of the patch here in a couple days. But right off rip, the philosophy for these adjustments is to refine overall game balance, everything. Along with adjustments being made to universal actions, we've made individual changes to the entire roster. Our primary focus was to highlight their individual strengths while carefully evaluating the balance of risk-reward. And totally understandable, off-rip, there were some characters that got a little more skewed on the reward side as opposed to risk. So hopefully we're going to see some adjustments to that. This also meant weakening some powerful characters and exploitable tools that minimize the opponent's agency, reaping rewards disproportionate to the risk taken. Since these adjustments involve significant changes to the game's overall balance, we will continue to fine-tune things while incorporating player feedback. That's going to be huge. They've been doing that approach quite a bit here, where it's just some light changes at the outset, but then eventually tapping into some larger changes as we see the health of the game over time. So I think that's going to be really interesting to see how this evolves. Off the bat, system-wide for universal actions, focus was put on making it harder to convert advancing attacks in mid-range combat, such as various ultimate skills and dash L, into significant damage. Differences in each character's respective concepts and traits, such as hit confirming and extending combos from ultimate skills, directly affected their rewards when landing one. We've aimed to correct these disparities, so hopefully tightening the window where everybody has an equal opportunity for utilizing universal mechanics. On the other hand, all characters can now connect dash L with a close standing medium attack, which I praise like drastically, because that means literally, like I said in the last sentence, everybody gets an even start on the playing field here with dash L. But scaling has been increased to lower the overall reward for landing a dash L, narrowing the gap in combo potential between characters. So a lot of great starts off of dash L, especially some of the more potent characters. Look at Siegfried and heck, even Beatrix hitting upwards of like 70% if she gets that full corner carry, which is so easy for her to do. That will certainly help if we're reducing damage, which I believe we are. You can kind of see a little bit of a tease there at the bottom. Additionally, ultimate skills have been made easier to punish by reducing the amount of pushback, and I just want to call out here Versusia. This was a Versusia thing. If you remember my quick little preview video on the release of Versusia, she was safe on all of her ult skills. All of them. And I think there was also some of that with other characters as well, so I think that's critical. Raging Chains were also adjusted, targeting the powerful utility of canceling a standing or crouching L into a Raging Strike and Raging Chain, and reducing the amount of damage dealt early in the combo. So that's going to be big, right? We've seen a lot of finishers here with a quick 2L, course correct, or Raging Chain, and we could just send it home off that, and you're looking at a significant amount of damage, depending on your character. Overall, these changes aim to reduce the damage from simple yet powerful actions and combos while addressing the imbalance in rewards between characters. Seems simple enough and straightforward here, so let's get down to what exactly that means. So, Dash L. The latter part of Dash L can be canceled in close standing M, allowing all characters to chain Dash L into close standing M. Great, it's perfect. When used to start a combo, it now counts as the second hit, applying third hit 70% damage scaling to any following attack. So while hitting Dash L is great, you're also going to get significantly reduced damage, so you have to go for more raw hits as opposed to utilizing nothing but Dash L. Like, that's a nice start, but we'll see the damage disparity and differences in combos there once the patch hits this upcoming, what day is that? I think that's a Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, Tuesday. Okay. Every subsequent hit will scale an additional 10% to a maximum of 20% damage scaling. Skills that have multiple hits will be counted as a single hit in this instance. So like your Rekkas, the Rekka from Lancelot, or even alt. I'm trying to think of the alt flurry from not only just Vayne, but also Six, characters like that. Actually, that's just another Rekka here from Six. But I think this will be interesting to see what that actually looks like over time. Jump attack. Performing a jump attack. This was a fun one. Performing a jump attack during the ascent of a jump or high jump now counts as the third hit, applying fourth hit, 60% damage scaling to any following attack. Some of this you can do right now. Fuzzies. This is critical for those. In particular, Versusia's fuzzy setup, where she does get alt fireball. That's just a giant pillar. She's plus like a gajillion on that. I think she was like, I don't remember how many frames I counted in the video, but it was insane. You do get fuzzy off of that. So that's to help reduce the damage output, and being able to fuzzy with a very strong corner presence with this character. She's going to be terrifying to deal with. It also attacks, okay, well, this does not apply when using mid combo, while using aerial maneuvers such as Zephyr, or while in the descent of a jump. This is specifically for fuzzy scenarios. You're going to find that a lot in Versusia, so keep an eye out there. Raging Strike. Any Raging Chain performed after the second hit of a combo now has 50% damage scaling. This is a big round closer tool that we see quite a bit. It's easy to just spend 3 Brave points to give no remorse to your opponent for a massive counter hit opportunity. We're probably, again, we'll have to see when the game is live to determine how significant that damage reduction is. Ultimate skills, same thing here. When used to start a combo, it now counts as a second hit, applying third hit 70% damage scaling to any following attack. Does not apply when used mid combo. So those restands, like especially we saw yesterday with Narmaya, or even the restand potential from Versusia on that grenade fireball, that is going to be, you know, same amount of damage. But if you get hit raw, that's going to be huge too. I'm going to be the best player next year. Is it me? Just like that, quick SoCal? That's crazy. All right. So when starting a combo with the ultimate skill, all right. I take it there's a change to a character. Already best commentator, you do me too much. Thank you so much. When starting a combo with the ultimate skill, SBA gauge will fill more slowly during that combo, which I think is also going to be very specific to characters that open up with that alt skill refunds, that 25% back. We've seen a lot of combos and corner situations that do build right back up to 100% meter. Massive damage opportunities. So we'll see if you actually hit that 100% when this patch comes up, but you know, that's going to be in a couple days here. Right now, of course, there are routes to rebuild for a full SBA opportunity. If that's still the case come next patch, you know, cool, but also you get that damage reduction if it's the opening hit. That's to help out quite a bit here for a lot of the characters that do get those raw ultimate skill starters. Yeah, I mean, I'm on phone right now. Fortnite listening, for sure. Much appreciate you tuning in for this one here. This is going to be a nice little VOD here on YouTube as well. Skymount art. When used to start a combo, now hits as the third hit, applying fourth hit 60% damage scaling to any following attack. That's like your Lucilius or even Cagliostro, some quick characters that come to mind that you can combo right after for some of these interactions here. Or even if the animation doesn't come out, you can kind of combo extend after a little bit. You're right, that's a lot of scaling, which is huge. It's when you start a combo. Let's see, block button on wake up recovery and mid-air recovery. Pressing the block button while inputting an attack will now prioritize the attack without blocking. So you can't just mash a button while blocking. That's fair. I think that's going to be the big interrupt here. But first part now done. We're not going to 3-touch to death people anymore, it seems like. Oh, no. No, I think we'll see. We'll see. We got to get down to that. But at least first part here, universal skills, it's going to be interesting. So I think for the first aspect here, Dash L, I think, again, is another scaling to try to normalize Dash L to the intent of what it was, that quick gap closer to try to get a whiff punish opportunity, and then get your corner carry after. The damage mitigation helps across the cast. Also being able to connect into the medium start as well for triple attack is going to be huge, because that is going to even the playing field for the entirety of the cast. No more like, why does that character have it and I don't scenario, everyone getting that even playing field here. Also reduction in damage I think is huge. The jump attack, again, like I said, that's a Versusia thing, but also just to help out with fuzzies across the board. Raging Strike, Finisher, and even ultimate skills here, both helping to reduce those really strong starts for very little risk. And that kind of holds to the guiding star of what they mean by these universal action changes, and also just the character adjustments through and through. But now here's the kicker, the full cast here to check out, see what changes are going to be hitting the cast. I'm very curious about these following characters. Of course, I'm curious about everybody, but I'm holding out hope. See Vayne, Lucilius changes for sure. Gran I want to see, and I hope Ladiva does get some nice buffs here. And Eustace, I want to see more Eustace out there. Time will tell. So, now that that's the second time I've done it, but this time with mic audio, let's actually start off the characters here. I'm glad I looked at mic audio before I started breaking down Gran. Well, here we go. Gran. Gran was designed with an easy to understand set of skills, making him an ideal character to introduce players to Gran Blue Versus while learning the fundamentals of fighting games. However, due to the overly simplistic nature of his skills, it was challenging to add layers to his offensive options, which required high-level techniques to fully utilize. We focused on improving the utility of his skills that had limited usage, especially Power Rays, which has been reworked to be more rewarding at all levels. Yeah, this character had always been very simple, found a lot of success in Versus, but as things kind of got a little crazier, we saw like that small fall off over time. Six certainly being that standout, right? But also even like Belial was just a strong character through the end of Versus. Now in the Rising, no Gran at all. All opted for Djeeta at that point, but even then, like Djeeta is so few and far between. Medium Overdrive Surge has been reworked for increased use beyond simply as a follow-up from the L version. It deals more damage and sends foes flying much farther, allowing Gran to push foes into the corner more reliably without relying on the heavy version. One second here. Sue me, I don't have all the move names memorized. That's the boot, yeah. Boots. Speaking of which, the heavy version can now be used as a follow-up to Light Overdrive Surge. Nice. He can now poke with his far-standing medium, canceling the Light Overdrive Surge, followed by the heavy version, increasing his potential damage output in mid-range Wait a minute. Wait. Isn't this what happened to Jago? Jago's light wing kick? Wasn't that safe at one point? And it had low crush? Easy to close the gap? He didn't have a weakness there? Hold on. Wait a minute. Power raises charge mechanic was difficult to utilize with the higher pace. I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that was a thing. I think Keats even talks about that. So significant changes have been made to make it more viable. It still retains the charge mechanic, but the duration required to fully charge it has been shortened, and a visual gauge has been added to the UI to more easily keep track of his charge level, which I think is huge. I think if anybody has like a level up mechanic, that should be indicated on the screen somewhere. Look at you, Gearus. Jesus. The properties of each charge level have also been enhanced and reworked. Here we go. Oh, shut up. That's not bad. It's only 2 frames. Let's see. We're jumping you. Startup has reduced 12 frames to 10 frames. The Reagan Lave alt skill version recovery and total animation have been reduced by 2 frames, changing the frame advantage from -4 to -2. Now causes wall bounce. All right. Yeah, it had knockdown, so now you're gonna before. So now you get combo extension off the wall, which is not bad. Rising sword, but don't hit that raw, because remember, if it's raw alt fireball, that's damage reduction. So it'll be interesting. Medium rising sword, vertical hitbox has been expanded upward. Rising sword, EX version, block stun for the first swing has been increased 18 to 33 frames. Now forces a true block string into second swing. The first swing is now unrecoverable, preventing punishes in cases where the second swing whips. The second swing is still recoverable. What? Why is it? What is it now? Who's that one? That was the heavy version? You were dummy minus on that. Minus 30 on block. Interesting. When connecting from a distance here. Okay. No, I get it. All right. Okay. All right. I had to sit there and think about what this meant. So, if I block your EX DP, I hold that, but the final swing, the second swing still being recoverable. All right. You're getting ducked for it. So it's no more like, oh man, I blocked that first one and then I stopped blocking and then I get hit by the second. It's like, oh no, they had the read. And, okay. So that's fine. That makes it easier on defense. Overdrive surge light. I mean, hopefully I'm reading that right. Some of these wordings on some of the changes was weird. Like, I got mixed on the Vaseraga one. I thought they were talking about heavy attack and not the shoulder tackle. Light overdrive surge. When connecting from a distance, follow-up attacks now come out faster, forcing a true block string. Oh, shit. I think Gran is Jago. I think this makes Gran I'm pretty certain. Newly added, can cause wall bounce and has the same cooldown as heavy overdrive surge. Overdrive surge and a heavy follow-up. Yeah. Okay. Medium overdrive surge. First 4 frames has been adjusted as follows. Damage increased to 1500. Launches grounded foes. Interesting. I think that's fun. Ooh. Yo, Gran about to be fun. Wait a minute. Wait. Overdrive Surge, Ultimate version. Ground bounce height has been increased for the second hit, extending the window for follow-up attacks. Pushback when blocked has been reduced. So again, higher risk. Alt version of Overdrive Surge is what, -6. So if I block it, I'm still pretty close. I'm going to be able to challenge you. I think they do change. It'll be interesting to see how Versusia is unsafe on ultimate skills, because I think that was a big factor. Like I said at the top, Versusia was safe on every single ult skill, which is like, all right, that kind of makes sense. But now you're going to be challenged on these. It'll be interesting. Level cap for charge level has been reduced 4 to 3. Power gauge is now displayed. This is a really cool little gauge. If you haven't seen the director's, or not director, but the developer video, they likely had that UI in there as well. Power raise all levels. Startup has been reduced from 20 to 19 frames. Now usable after charging for 20 frames. Power raise level 1. Knockback has been adjusted. Can now be followed up with far standing M and other attacks on hit. Now usable after charging for 50. Level 2. What was the do they have? "25 frames was the earliest you could cancel." Okay. So they saved 5 frames here. That's pretty significant. Not insanely significant, but really good. Knockback has been adjusted on the medium version of Power Raise, or level 2 rather. Can now be followed with the far standing heavy and other attacks on hit. No longer causes wall bounce on hit. Still causes wall bounce on counter hit. Nice. So that gives more opportunity, because then you're in combo. Say you have 50% meter. You spend alt skill on Rig and Lave. You get your wall bounce that way. Or you just cancel into, since you're getting far heavy, you cancel into EX boot. Power raise level 3, now usable after charging for 90 frames. They don't have it listed how many frames it is for that next one. If anything though, what, 141 might be the full timing, and dropping it down to 90 maybe, if I'm reading this correctly on Dustloop. Knockback has been adjusted, can now be followed up with crouching heavy and other attacks on hit. Good lord. Gains invincibility from 15 frames when at charge level 3. Holy smokes. Move the projectile activation forward of Catastrophe, expanding its reach. This is going to be like a 5-hour stream. Good. Djeeta. While she has skills similar to Gran, Djeeta stands out by offering a more technical fighting style with high mobility and a variety of follow-up options in her arsenal. It's all good. It's all good. I probably will break this video up if it ends up getting crazy, because first 12 minutes was like just those notes, and we've already spent another 15 minutes on Gran. Like, this might be a bit. She just stands out by offering a more technical fighting style with high mobility and a variety of follow-up options in her arsenal. Vorpal Blade was easy to chain into from various normal attacks. Making it one of the most effective skills in the game with its corner carry and follow-up potential. Dope! I do have a YouTube command? Holy smokes. Is that for real? Is that my real channel? Dude, that's insane. Is that my real channel? Let's go! Must be. I totally forgot I had that in there. Sure is. Holy smokes. All right, let me get Djeeta pulled up real quick. Dude, she had one of the like strongest corner carry games out there, especially in damage output. It was difficult to find opportunities to use the medium version due to the risk of being dodged. So we've increased the reward from landing a counter hit to allow follow-ups even at mid-screen. Regenlave, Recidive, if that's how you say it, my bad, has been enhanced to better lock down foes with reduced recovery time and improved utility on counter, making it more viable in close range combat. For alt skill Vorpal Blade, we've kept its powerful follow-up potential in corner, but have reduced its pushback on block to balance the risk and reward. Frame advantage remains unchanged at -4. Like Gran, Djeeta's Overdrive Surge has also been reworked for similar reasons. We've reduced the total number of charge levels, and it now hits twice when fully charged. On block, Djeeta will maintain frame advantage. On hit, follow-ups can be possible, making it a powerful tool to use in mid-range combat. Reduce the startup of Jump U by 2 frames, just like Gran. Recovery and total animation reduced by 3 frames, changing the frame advantage from -4 to -1. Interesting. Interesting. Now launches grounded foes on hit. Now causes wall bounce on counter hit. Yo, wait. Wait. That's just what alt... Is that not what alt version did? Wait. 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 Lateral knockback has been reduced. Pushback when blocked has been reduced. Heavy Recidive now launches grounded foes on hit, now causes wall bounce. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Pushback when blocked has been reduced. Block stun for the first swing has been increased, 18 to 33. Now forces true block string, so easier to punish for the opponent. The first swing now unrecoverable, preventing punishes in cases where the second swing whiffs. Well, I'm just... Okay. Yes, use Recidive more, but not spending alt meter. You're expecting us to use more Vorpal Blade in the corner? Damage has been increased 400 times 2 to 500 times 2 for medium Vorpal Blade. Second slash now gains counter hit properties on counter hits. What was that? That was the medium Vorpal follow-up? Yeah. So it's boom and a boom. Yeah, it's the boom, boom, and then you follow up. Increased to 600. Okay. Still -8 on block. All right, so that's just increasing damage. Want to use Vorpal Blade a bit more. Lateral knockback reduced, while launch height has been increased on counter hit for the second slash. Let's see. Heavy Vorpal follow-up is damage increased from 500 to 800, so it makes it significantly different than the medium version. Yeah, because there's no need to use the heavy version. Well, except you get the third hit as opposed to 2. It's just a bit more. But it makes it stand out a bit. When blocked near the corner, no longer causes pushback on Djeeta's side, so you still get to be right in the opponent's face, maybe? Overdrive Surge Gauge, same thing. All levels travel distance slightly reduced, making it easier to connect. Blockable range has been expanded if foe attempts to retreat within his range upon Djeeta landing. It will trigger a block. Anti-air now causes ground bounce. Ground bounce height increases based on charge level. Oh, no. Oh, no. So if I catch you jumping, you get dunked. Yo, this character just got better. Now use Blaster Charge for 20 frames. What's the fastest? 26. So, okay. Just like Gran, you 6 frames faster. Twice the following properties here for level 1. 1200 to 300. Plus on block. And plus on hit. It was -2 on block. Wow. Interesting. They really want you to use that board. I mean, if you got it, you're going to earn it. 50 frames is the earliest call for level 2. 1200 plus 900. I'm trying to see this here, and it looks like, because level 1 was 1500 plus 300. Okay, so they're doing the total here on Dust Loop. So you get an increased damage on level 2, plus on block, plus 9 on hit. Now usable after charging 90 frames for level 3, 1200 plus 900. So same damage as level 2, which was not how it used to be. Also plus. So yeah, well, it was safe. It was just 0 on block in level 2 before. Eternal Ascendancy is our SPA. Projectile invincibility from the 3rd active frame has been removed. Nice. Strike throw invincibility has not been changed. Skyfall. Close proximity range has been reduced to be in line with other characters. Vertical hitbox of the first hit has been expanded. Katalina! Katalina commands a straightforward and orthodox set of skills similar to Gran's. Taking advantage of her long-reaching normals to excel in mid-range combat due to her easy-to-understand tools, the improvements made to them should be quite obvious. Okay. First, the speed of her medium frozen blade has been increased, enabling her to more effectively apply pressure in conjunction with the light version. We've also increased the duration of armored frames. We might be going to full playlist here too. For alt enchanted lands, making it easier to deal with incoming projectiles and other zoning tools. These adjustments should vastly improve her capabilities in mid and long range combat. Another major change is that Light Wall now gains 1 charge level upon defending an attack. Like the alt version, this allows Katalina to reap even bigger rewards when making reads on her foe. The non-charged version has also been enhanced to make it a more effective tool for combos all around, which we saw a little clip of what that looked like. Jump U startup has been reduced to 10 frames. Guard motion change for dash H for foe has been increased, making it more difficult for foe to counterattack. Let me see what that looked like here. Where'd it go? Right there. No, we're done with that. Jesus, that was loud. I'm so sorry. Let's reduce that. Okay. Light Frozen Blade hit stop has been increased from 6 to 8 frames, increasing frame advantage from 9 to 7. Hit stop increased from 6 to 8, increasing advantage from 9 to 7 for medium when blocked. Both of those were when blocked. Travel speed has been increased, pushback increased. Lateral knockback on Enchanted Lands Ultimate version. And launch height for second hit have been increased. No longer causes pushback to Katalina when blocked. Armored frames has been increased from 7 to 9 and to 7 to 17. Good lord. Armored hurt box has been expanded forward. Okay. Light wall charge level now increases by 1 upon defending an attack. I wonder if she's going to get a meter, which she does not, which is... Okay. Startup has been reduced 22 to 21 for light wall with no charge. Lateral knockback and launch height have been increased. Mid-air hit stun has been increased 24 to 27. Light wall, front step, travel speed, and distance have been increased. Travel speed and distance increased on the back step. That's nice. Try to bait things out, quickly close the gap against the opponent, as we saw on that video on Twitter. Charlotta. What does she need? What could she possibly need? I'm surprised that Charlotta didn't, or excuse me, that Katalina didn't get a whole lot fiddled around with. It was mostly under Frozen Blade and Enchanted Lands. To see more utilization out of her unique skill, I think it's going to be tremendous. We didn't see it like we've seen some Catalinas really kind of lean into it here, but the conversion off of it is going to be interesting in this next patch. Let me take a drink before we move on to Charlotta. Charlotta is a powerful offensive character, and with the H versions of her skills overshadowing the other versions, we improve the utility of light and medium versions to be used in various situations. I don't think I've very often seen a light or medium version Charlotta really kind of come out here. It's generally H. Crouching Heavy now causes a ground bounce when used as an anti-air, making it easier to follow it with additional attacks, with follow-ups such as Heavy Noble Strategy into with Surest Strike now possible, or Heavy Noble Strategy into with Surest Strike on counter hit. Shining Onslaught and Sword of Lumiel previously often failed to continuously hit or could be blocked midway through, and so their travel distance and knockback have been adjusted to remedy this. Overall, her tools have been adjusted to give her more offensive options mid-screen while pushing her foes to the corner. Okay. Alt Shining Onslaught, which is Alt Spin, yeah. Could previously only be followed up when used in the corner, and so there was a risk of performing it just out of range for a follow-up. Its knockback has been reduced, keeping Charlotta close. No change to frame advance. What? Nah, you don't always have to have a follow-up on alt skill. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. The behavior. Oh my goodness. Not range for a follow. It's been knockback is reduced. All right. The behavior for the light medium versus noble strategy have been modified so that the medium version now jumps to the same height as light version, making it more viable to use from mid-range. Additionally, the follow-up skill with Surest Strike has been tweaked to improve frame advantage, making it more effective in close combat. What in the world? I'll loop this track a couple times. So what was it before? There's already plus anyways, so wait. This has got to be to navigate around some of these zoning characters. Which begs the question, what changes do zoning characters get to warrant this change? Obviously, Versusi are going to be a problem. So we'll see. Far Standing Heavy now comes to a full stop when used while dashing. That's the, that's what I thought. So you don't get like a Kara style thing. All right. Anti-air knockback adjusted and now causes ground bounce. Fair, fair. I mean, that's interesting that it causes ground bounce. But it also brings you like down. So, and boom, bounce. Makes sense for the animation. Now causes ground bounce on grounded counter hit when you charge Crouch H. All right. Jump U mid-air unrecoverable duration on second hit has been increased from 30 to 35. Lateral knockback on the first and second has been increased, while launch height has been reduced. Holy Ladder Descent now causes knockback on a grounded hit, giving Charlotta larger... Why? Wait! Huh? Wait! Wait! Why? Why? What does that even... Is this just telling me I gotta spot dodge it? I think you have to spot dodge. Okay. Light Shining Onslaught. Pushback has been increased. Rebound distance has been reduced. This is Blanca. Oh my god! Medium Shining Onslaught. Acceleration and deceleration. Have both been increased, making it easier to chain into from a far normal attack. Although the travel distance remains nearly the same, the startup at close range has been reduced. Okay, so you could challenge the medium. They probably want you to do light a bit more. Where is light at in terms of Shining Onslaught? It's -2, so you get a little bit of pushback. All right, that's fine. The medium's going to be interesting. I want to see what the rebound distance looks like how far away, because you're -10 on medium. So it reduces the pushback, so you're going to be at least closer, maybe for a 5M punish. Use Shining Onslaught. Pushback for second hit has been increased. Rebound distance has been reduced. Even further reduction near the corner. Okay. So it's not going to be that free. All right. I want to know what that means in particular, and I'm curious to see that when the patch comes through, because if it makes it easier to challenge, or at least punish, that would help. Wow, quite the stack of changes here for Charlotta. Good lord. Sword of Lumiel. Travel speed and distance increased. Pushback has been reduced for all hits except the final, which has been increased, ensuring the final hit connects more easily when blocked or struck from a distance. Third hit now causes a juggle state on grounded foes. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Recovery on hit has been reduced by 5 frames. They weren't lying when they said a big patch. No kidding. Increasing frame advantage. Hit stop has been increased for the first 4 hits on block, preventing the foe from performing a brave counter until after the 5th hit. Startup and active frames have been reduced, causing with Soriz strike to activate sooner, 51 to 45. Okay. So 6 frame reduction. That seems to be the magic number. It's a 6 frame reduction for a lot, except for here, right? 4 frame. Behavior on hit has been modified, and travel distance has been increased to go farther than the light version. Heavy no longer jumps over grounded foes. Huh. Okay. Active frames of alt noble strategy for the first hit have been reduced from 3 to 1 frame. That is... Whoa. Hitbox for the second hit has been expanded downward, allowing far standing medium to chain into alt noble strategy. Fix an issue where the vertical launch would be too low on counter hit. Oh, we don't need this track. We've heard it a gajillion times. Active frames reduced from 13 to 10. Recovery has been reduced by 2. Combined with the above change, frame advantage has been changed from -4 to +1. Not bad. Throw range against foes and hit stun has been expanded, making it easier to chain mid-air. That's with sweetest skills. That's the, yeah, the air command grab. Very crouching. Counterattack range against strikes has been increased. That's Konig's Child. Oh, that's her parry. Total frames when blocking a projectile have been reduced by 8 frames. So that's 40. This adjustment gives full invincibility up to the 23rd frame and projectile invincibility from the 24th frame. Damage has been increased from 16 to 20. Jeez, that was an abrupt end. Frame advantage on hit has been adjusted to make Okazemi easier. Lancelot! Lancelot leverages the mobility of his attacks and skills to overwhelm foes with unrelenting pressure. High speed is directly linked to strength in this game, allowing Lancelot to continuously attack foes for extended periods of time. I think that final statement, the high speed is directly linked to strength in this game, allowing Lance to continue to attack foes. I think that is a regional thing. I don't think that is a universal rule for every region that plays this game. I think that is very specifically a region-related thing. Because if that were the case, Grimnir might have been a little stronger. Grimnir is like terrifying to deal with. Oh no. That warrants discussion. I'm curious, like, what they saw for that. It's very much seems to be the case for, like, Japan in particular. They rate characters like Lancelot pretty high. To maintain this aspect of his design and most of his combo route, just say what you have to say, because oh boy, okay. Oh man, because this is my guy. This is my OG guy. So we'll see. To maintain this aspect of his design and most of his combo routes, we focus on reducing the power of some of his moves and lowering his HP to counterbalance his high mobility. Huh? All right. Hold on. Before we get any further, this dude better have become a Kuma. This dude better have become a Kuma. It better have become a Kuma at this point. Be a Kuma. I better see an air ice ball on this move list. This air ice ball throwing a demon flip off of turbulence. Let me see it. Let me see all of it. There ain't no way you reduce health. He better have increased damage. We'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself. Here. I said I'd be open-minded. Delta Leap has powerful applications both defensively and offensively in the corner to reduce its defense. Okay, interesting. To reduce his defensive utility, the duration of his wall cling has been increased. All right. Interesting take. What if I go way up there and you can't hit me with a 2H? U-Blade Impulse had frame advantage when blocked, allowing Lance to continue with follow-ups, which led to an imbalance in risk-reward. As such, its knockback and frame advantage when blocked have been adjusted to make it more easily punishable. Fair. Standing L and near standing H, along with Southern Cross, could be incorporated multiple times within his combos. What do you... Brother? This allowed him to continue to deal significant damage while simultaneously filling the SBA gauge, combined with his high mobility. Bro. Wait. Combined with his high mobility, it resulted in an excessive advantage in his favor. To address this, brother, okay. To address this, the recovery of standing L has been slightly increased to reduce the length of some combos. In return for reduced combo damage, his other skills have been adjusted for improved utility to enhance his offensive options in neutral. Travel speed and distance have been increased for medium Southern Cross, making it easier to chain into from a far standing heavy attack. Cool. And maintain frame advantage at close range, increasing his options for close range pressure. His ease of use rating has also been changed from 3-star to 4-star due to the disparity when compared to other characters such as Vayne. Here we go. Okay, that's not so bad. HP reduced 16,000 to 15,000. All right, that's not bad. It shouldn't be too bad. Standing up, recovery has been increased by 2 frames, changing the frame advantage from +4 to +2. Okay. Hitbox has been expanded forward. Great! Actually. Can now be chained into after 2 crouch L attacks. All right, not so bad. Not so bad. Close standing heavy, SBA gauge gain has been reduced. Pushback has been reduced for first hit and increased for the second hit. Hitbox for the second hit has been expanded forward. That makes up for the pushback there, so you're still getting both hits. How much pushback we get, who knows. Dash H, travel speed and distance have been increased. Cool. I think that helps to extend combos a little bit more because you get that ground bounce. Logan's Storm, medium. I do believe that is the Ice Paw. Let's see. I believe. Yep. Medium version. Recovery has been reduced by 5 frames, changing the frame advantage from +4 to +9, and reducing overall duration from 50 to 45. Cool. That gives it a difference between the light and medium. Okay. Ultimate Impulse Blade, recovery increased by 2 frames. Pushback after the follow-up has been adjusted to be closer upon landing. What's the recovery now? So what, 17? 1726? I don't think that's too bad. Southern Cross, travel speed and distance have been increased. Follow-up, SBA gauge gain can be reduced, has been reduced to match other multi-hit skills. Turbulence follow-up attacks no longer come out while holding up. Follow-up attacks can now be input buffered. Startup has been reduced 13 frames to 10 frames. I'm trying to figure that one out. Follow-up attacks no longer come out while holding up. That's... I'll be honest, I don't think I even knew that he could do that. I always thought it was just you held the follow-up. Maybe I did. Oh, no. This is a change. This is a change. Okay. All right. My mistake. Interesting. That'll be really cool, because then that gives you... That gives you a get out of jail tool without having to spend alt skill, which I think is really cool. Frame advantage has been reduced 45 to 31. Distance on hit has been reduced. Frame advantage for the far version has been reduced for better consistency. Recovery upon landing when blocked has been increased by 7 frames. Ground bounce height increased for the heavy version. That's pretty good. What's up, Char? Whiff recovery upon landing has been increased by 7 frames, increasing the overall duration from 71 to 78. Wall cling time has been increased 12 to 15. Oh, that's not. Wall cling is now a counter-hittable state. Good. Whirlbend crossover. Whirlbend wind. That's the just 5U, right? Yeah. Travel speed and distance has been increased. Travel speed has been adjusted to reduce distance after a cross up. Nice. Now crosses up in the corner. What? That's sick. All right. You know what? This is a whole misleading wall of text that had me worried. This isn't so bad, I don't think. This is very nice how they changed this up. I'm very curious how far forward, because maybe that makes triple attack more consistent, because we see way too many times where Lancelot just bashes him 5L and gets nothing for it. So that's going to be fun. This turbulence change is going to be interesting for the holding up, and I don't get the follow-up. So now you have to play a guessing game on my turbulence. I get out of the corner with invulnerability, and then I just hold it. And I don't have to come down. I can do 5U after instead. Which, I feel like that's what we had anyways, right? Like, you can just do, I don't know. It seems weird to add that, but maybe it's like an accessibility thing in case of like you. Interesting. And now input buffer, because I think it's more control on the choice of when you come out with turbulence. I don't think it's that bad. I think we're doing good. Percy. I can't wait to see the Vera buffs. I've heard Vera just skyrocketed, so we'll see. We still have such a long way to go. Percival as a character is defined by his ability to enhance his skills using Traumare. So we've made adjustments to make these enhancements more noticeable. The startup of medium Anzunden, I'm pulling this up. It's no secret, I don't know the name of Percival's moves at all. I'm not even gonna pretend. We just found out that I've been calling Armed Destruction the wrong move forever. What is it called? Anzunden? That's what I'm looking for. Oh, that's the fireball. The startup of medium has been reduced to distinguish it from the light version, increasing its utility from a distance, making it chainable after a triple attack. Nice. The varying hit stun length of the U version previously made it less advantageous at close range, so it's been changed to hit twice for consistency and stronger set play potential. That's scary, but good. Mocked was seldom used due to its slow startup. Which one is Mocked? That's after Lord Strike. Okay, so it's the back special medium. Interesting. We saw a lot of that last night, though, from Taiga. So its initiation and properties have been refined to enhance utility and combo potential. It can now be chained into additional attacks upon landing a hit. Zeracin Traumare. Oh, the charge version of Zeracin? Is that what that means? Okay, the Traumare version, right. It's now significantly more advantageous on a clean hit. In return, the Guard Crush has been removed from its alt skill version. The alt version of Traumare has also been adjusted and can be followed up with attacks when 5 more orbs are stocked. The follow-up window now increases with more orbs stocked. Okay. Far standing heavy. Sword hurt box now shrinks faster, making it more difficult to punish. We'll take a look at that. Dash, H, travel speed, and distance have been increased. Startup of Anzunden has been reduced from 22 to 18. And Anzunden. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Platzen. Hitbox for the first hit has been expanded upward. And that's the medium version. Okay. Traumare version only. The first hit is now unrecoverable, preventing punishes in cases where the second hit or onward whiff. Heavy Platson. Hitbox for the first hit has been expanded upward. First hit now unrecoverable, preventing punishes in cases where second hit or onward whiff. Okay. So I like that. Some of the double hitting EX version DPs, by the sounds of it, if I'm reading it correctly, just easier to punish, which I think makes a lot of sense. Which also you could have just got good and spot dodged or like remembered a second hit comes through, but it also didn't feel good to be punished for getting that hard read, and they get lucky because you didn't follow through after or whatever. Lord Strike Schneiden. Let's see. Schneiden's the light version. Now it causes a juggle on grounded hits. The heavy to Schneid. Okay, wow. Startup time has been increased 20 to 17 for Lord Strike Mocked. Mid-air hit stun has been increased 22 to 60. Okay, so you get the extension after? Goodness gracious. Lord Strike Zeracin, heavy with Traumare. All right, so this is a Traumare version. Oh no, I'm jumping ahead. Excuse me. Metera hit stun has been increased. Ground bounce height has been increased. Trauma Ray version can now be followed up with additional grounded attacks. Ground bounce on heavy mocked height has been increased, allowing for follow-up attacks. Recovery on a clean hit has been reduced, changing the frame advantage from 15 to 25 and overall duration 74 to 64. That's Zerace and Trauma Ray version off of Medium Lord Strike. Goodness gracious. Hitbox for actually this recovery on a clean has been reduced, changing frame advantage from 15 to 25. All right, so a little bit better version by 1 frame. Interesting, it's a 1 frame difference. Pt1 Ultimate version, hitbox for a clean hit has been expanded inward, fixing an issue where the follow-up would not occur. No longer causes guard crush. Pt1 again is the DP. Okay. Trauma Ray alt launch height been reduced. Can now be followed up with attacks if 5 or more orbs are stocked. The more orbs stocked, the larger the window for follow-up attacks. Slowdown now ends on the first active frame. While the startup is unchanged, it is now more vulnerable to counterattack if whiffed. Duration for each additional orb has been adjusted to 18 frames regardless of initial orb stocked, with recovery now based on initial orb stocked instead. Ladiva! Let's see how well she's cooking in this patch here. Ladiva was originally conceptualized as a grappler, but adjustments made to her ultimate skills as combo tools began to detract from her original design. This time our adjustments have focused on highlighting her strengths as a grappler, leading to some significant changes. First and foremost, we've made landing Jewel Resort Screwdriver the focus of Ladiva's game plan, which we've seen that clip, which looks dope. Its damage advantage upon landing and movement have all been adjusted in her favor. In addition to dealing with significant damage, it now carries foes further, making it easier to press the advantage upon successful grab. In return, its whiff recovery has been increased. Fair. Although the duration of Ladiva's crossover is longer compared to other characters, it can now be uniquely canceled into Jewel Resort Screwdriver towards the end. Roll into SPD. Let's go. Her strike attacks have also been adjusted to facilitate setups for Jewel Resort Screwdriver. The startup and recovery for the light and medium versions of Elegant Lariat have been reduced. In addition to making them easier to integrate into combos, reduced whiff recovery allows her to close the distance and create situations to land various grabs. Additionally, it no longer has different properties when performed while dashing. Heavy Headbutt of Love's behavior has also been simplified to cause ground bounce, changing its utility, while her combo routes have changed considerably. These adjustments aim to make Ladiva a character focused on landing command throws rather than extending combos. Alright, so route into command grabs more. Her Skybound art now deals an additional 10% damage when performing a 720 on top of the standard technical input damage bonus. Holy cow. Although Gran Blue Versus was designed with the skill button in mind, the high difficulty of performing a 720 motion is deserving of an exception to reinforce her identity as a grappler through and through. That is completely fair. If you do the work to do a 720, you certainly deserve a damage boost. Crossover now canceled Jewel Resort Screwdriver, Maximum Love Bomb Throw, or the Shape of Love from the 30th frame. Pushback reduced on Dash Heavy. What is her Dash Heavy again? It's the boot, right? I know the medium is her drop kick. Or do I have that backwards? Yeah, it's the boot. I'm good. I'm so good! Now causes wall bounce, even when used mid-screen. It's so cool. Now sends foes flying on counter hit. So cool. This guy is gonna be so cool now. Behavior on hit and block has been changed. Ladiva now stops more quickly, and pushback has been significantly increased. Forward throw fixed an issue of frame advantage after throwing some foes was inconsistent. Jewel Resort Screwdriver increased to 2700. Advantage has been increased. Range slightly reduced. Whiff recovery has been increased by 8 frames, increasing overall duration 47 to 55. It's kind of significant there. Grab range has been expanded. Wow, so wants you to use medium a little bit more to get that 3000 damage. Now significantly increases forward upon a successful throw. Oh, significantly advances forward. Recovery upon a successful throw has been reduced, changing the frame advantage from 28 to 30. Distance from... I knew it was coming. Distance from foe upon a successful throw has been reduced. With recovery has been increased by 8 frames, increasing overall duration 49 to 57. Now significantly advances forward. Yeah, same rules. 28 frames to 57 frames. Nice. Whiff recovery has been reduced by 8 frames. Increased, not reduced. Increasing overall duration 46 to 54. Whiff recovery has been increased by 8 frames for alt version. No damage increase. Okay. How much damage does alt version do? Just 4,000? Okay. Oh, no damage increase on the EX version either. $3,500. Okay. Wow, interesting. Leg drop of adoration. That is... Boom. That's the air one, right? Yeah, mid-air command grab. Whiff recovery has been increased by 8 frames. Damage increased. Oh, wait, no, that's the Jewel Resort. Leg drop adoration. Increased from 23 to 27. Startup has been reduced 7 to 4. Expanded grab range, make it more consistent. I dig it. Advantage upon successful throw has been normalized. Damage increased from 27 to 30 on the medium. Reduce the startup. Distance traveled increased, and frame advantage been normalized. Same thing here, except no damage increase. But does get a launch height there, so okay. Headbutt of Love no longer negates projectiles, but instead gains armor properties. Knockback on hit has been reduced. Anti-air now causes ground bounce on the medium version. Damage has been reduced from 1,800, now causes ground bounce on grounded foes. Anti-air ground bounce height has been adjusted. Knockback has been adjusted. Second hit of the Headbutt of Love. Increase the damage, or reduce the damage. Increased recovery. Ooh, unsafe. The guessing game gets a little trickier here. Now causes ground bounce and grounded. Ground bounce height has been adjusted for anti-air. Knockback adjusted. Increase the third hit to 1,200, but increase the recovery to -4. So you're guessing on the second hit still. Bounce height has been adjusted. Knockback adjusted. Alt skill version. Can now be used to defend against projectiles from ultimate skills, skybound arts, and SBAs. Dash version of Elegant Lariat. Dash version has been removed. All right. Startup has been reduced 18 to 16. Recovery reduced 21 to 16. Block stun has been adjusted, changing the frame advantage from +5 to +3. Midair stun hit has reduced 32 to 22. Lateral knockback has been increased, while launch height has been reduced. Dash version has been removed. Oh, sorry. I read that as like the same sentence. Lateral knockback has been increased. while launch height has been reduced. All right, so just a little bit of a distance game here, but not going to extend after by the looks. Dash version of Elegant Lariat has been removed. The medium startup has been reduced. Recovery reduced. Block stun has been adjusted. Frame advantage is still +6 though. Weird. Mid-air hit stun has been reduced 60 to 26. Launch height has been reduced. Dash version has been removed for heavy Elegant Lariat. That's about it. Alt Elegant Lariat startup reduced by a single frame. Recovery has been increased by 3 frames. Elegant Lariat was 27, so 30 frames. Aha! Block stun has been adjusted. Frame advantage still +5 against crouching foes, though. Okay. Hit stop on the second hit has been increased by 3 frames to maintain the same follow-up options after a block stun adjustment. Can now be canceled into after a successful Jewel Resort Screwdriver. The Devoted Body Slam. That's 5U. Or, no, wait. What is Devoted Body Slam? Oh, her 2SU. Okay. So you can do heavy Jewel Resort Screwdriver into, or heavy Leg Drop of Adoration since you get the juggle state, and then just finish the job. Nice. Love Grapple. Initial travel speed has been adjusted. Acceleration has been increased, while deceleration, that is her 5-lead, right? Yes. Grab range at max speed, 34 frames, has been expanded. Can now grab grounded foes and hit stun. That's actually pretty cool. Wall bounce has been reduced. Wall bounce has been increased on Hurl. That's the medium follow-up of her Love Grapple. So making follow-up attacks easier to land from mid-screen. Launch height has been increased. Nice. Damage when performed using technical inputs increased. Definitely more grappler heavy, and everything routes into her finishing with a grapple. I like that. I like that a lot for her. Definitely more aggressive, it seems like, on this iteration. Metera. So we talked about earlier, I'd like to see grapplers then have to become a problem. Or at least be better. Or not grapplers, excuse me. Zoners have to become a problem, or at least a little bit better here. We'll see. Metera is certainly one of those characters that, you know, you talk to some zoner characters or players, and they feel like that the game does not reward them well enough. I think Metera still is doing fairly well. I mean, she's still relentless, but I think Ferry often suffered quite a bit here, especially Eustace. But Metera was still one of those characters that could be fairly strong. Let's take a look, though. Metera is a character who employs a variety of projectiles and zoning techniques to maintain the advantage from a distance. However, we found that her projectiles are lacking in firepower, making it difficult for players to perform combos based on situational awareness. To address this, we've made adjustments to improve her consistency and performance. Use Starry Sky now causes a wall bounce when used near the corner, making follow-ups easier. Metera also now lands sooner when using Light Starry Sky mid-air. Alright. Increasing its frame advantage just makes it more difficult to punish when used immediately after jumping, improving its utility in neutral. The light and medium versions of the Great Fall had long recovery times when whiffed, making them too risky to use effectively. Starry Sky is which one? Starry Sky is just a regular shot. Okay. And Great Fall is the rainfall shot. Yeah, it is. Did you cook up greens? Did you heat that? Making me hungry, goodness. Light medium versions of the Great Fall had long recovery times. Ah, golly. I didn't even have the greens or the mac and cheese last night. Oh yeah, they looked pretty juicy there. Making them too risky to use effectively, these times have been reduced, making them more viable and neutral. Might take a little break at the 2-hour point just to get something to eat. Goodness. Heavy version would also sometimes miss shorter characters. Charlotta's not short, so we've expanded his downward hitbox to ensure it fully connects. In return, the skill now deals slightly less damage. And finally, her U Ethereal Seal now deals multiple hits, increasing its advantage on block and hit. It also remains active, even if Metera takes damage, making it more of a threat after appearing. Alright. Ethereal Seal. Oh, that's her butterfly. Getting ready to hunker down for some treasure maps, huh? Good for you. Dash heavy, travel speed and distance have been increased. Same thing for Dash M. I don't think I've ever seen her really use those. I've seen Dash M for sure. Dash heavy, I don't think I've ever seen Senpai use. Light Starry Sky, Mid-Air Forward. Startup has been reduced to 19 frames. And backward, fall speed after attacking has been accelerated, reducing overall recovery time. What's it? The from 22 to 19. Nice. Great fall. Damage reduced. The light version. Damage has been reduced. 600 plus 100 times 4. Oh, wow. And then recovery has been reduced by 15 frames. Oh, wow. Yeah. Changing that from 63 to 48. That's huge. Falling projectile hit stop has been reduced by 5 frames, though. Medium, great fall. Damage reduced. Okay. Recovery has been reduced. Falling projectile hit stop reduced. Damage reduced. Initial vertical hitbox has been expanded, allowing Metera to chain triple attack into heavy grade fall against standing foes. Nice. Ethereal Seal, light, medium. Mid-air hit stun has been increased 22 to 60, so you're going to be challenged. Heavy is a strong option here. Of course! Lowain theme comes up, and Lowain is next up. Let's get to it. Lowain's skill set is characterized by his unique Skybound art and Skybound arts. Cool. His ability to forcibly interrupt the flow of a match, particularly to run the clock down, has been adjusted. For his human pyramid attack, Skybound art, if Lowain's HP is higher than the foe's, the clock will stop counting down. What? Additionally, the invincibility before the screen freeze, when using his try this on for size SBA, has been removed. What? Super Skybound art has been removed, and the delay until the screen freeze has been slightly increased. So you don't get to use it as a reversal. Why'd they save that until now? The adjustments have reduced the comeback potential of his SBA, but on the other hand, the overall properties of his attacks and skills during human pyramid attack have been improved. His crouching medium attack has been changed to allow to a low hitting attack with a faster startup. No shot. No shot. Increasing its utility while in neutral, the speed and distance of his dash H have also been adjusted to make cross-up attacks easier. Okay. While performing the light medium versions of Sammy and Tommy, even if wait. Even if one of them is still on screen, the other strength level can be performed to call in the other one, allowing Lowain to keep up pressure. The startup for Magnificent Tool of Destruction has also been reduced. This character became a monster, creating more opportunities to use in battle. The critical hit effect from Awesome Sauce is no longer random, and now it consistently causes a ground bounce, enabling Lowain to be less random. This one got me. Let me see the dust loop here. If there's anything about critical hit. Nope. Nothing. Not a gosh darn thing about critical hit. What is critical hit? Is that not the counter hit? Duration has been adjusted to be in line with other characters, 21 to 17 frames, slightly reducing travel distance. Crouching M, oh, okay, that's not so bad. 2M is now 7 frames instead of 8. That's not awful, but it's a low. It's a low now. Dash H, travel speed and distance have been increased. Semi-atomic can now be used even if LSAM is still on screen or Tamoy. Awesome Sauce, lateral knockback for the first hit has been reduced. Now it causes wall bounce on counter hit even when used mid-screen. That's actually kind of awesome. Also, why they get this character even more? Heavy Awesome Sauce, lateral knockback for first and second hit reduced. Vertical hitbox has been expanded upwards against mid-air foes and hit stun, increasing its consistency as a follow-up attack. Pushback when blocked has been reduced. Lateral knockback for the first 3 hits reduced. Vertical hitbox has been increased upwards against mid-air foes and hit stun, increasing its consistency as a follow-up attack. Pushback when blocked has been reduced. Ground bounce height has been increased for the 4th hit, making follow-up attacks easier. Critical is no longer random. What is critical hit? What is that? Magnificent Tool of Destruction medium has been reduced from 47 to 34. Lady Caterpillar no longer has collision when Lowain takes damage, preventing an issue where the foe would be pushed away. Time counter now stops while active if Lowain's HP is higher than the foe's. Disband animation upon reaching the time limit has been extended, increasing overall duration from 30 to 45 frames. They really don't like you using this as a comeback tool. Lateral knockback reduced while launch height has been increased. Mid-air hit stun has been increased. Flex on. That's online local. Call here. That's the heavy version, the overhead attack. Crouching state duration on hit has been increased. Changes the frame advantage from 9 to 18. Wow. So you can extend to other follow-ups here instead of just overhead. You're done. Or actually, you're not really done. You get the overhead. You should be able to follow up with anything. Yeah, you're good. Now it causes wall bounce with the flex on him. Knockback has been adjusted. Mid-air hit stun has increased from 32 to 38. Catch 'em slipping. That's the U version, the low. Travel speed and distance increased. Active frames increased from 5 to 11. Recovery has been reduced 21 to 15. Moment of truth, launch height. That's the ender. If you just hit the special. Launch height has been increased. Frame advantage on hit has been increased from 33 to 39. Try this on for size. That's yeah, the SSBA. No longer invincible for the screen freeze, so you can get stuffed out of it. Time until screen freeze has been increased by 2 frames, changing the overall duration from 31 to 33. This dude got sauced up with a couple weaknesses on his SBAs. That's interesting. Ferry. Ferry excels in long-range combat. This is one that I'm very curious to see what changes she got. Using the reach of her whip to keep foes at bay. However, we found that skill gaps between players could lead to one-sided dominance. Yeah. It's tricky to navigate. What's up, Sism? That was an interesting little sentence to read here. To address this, her far-standing M and heavy attacks could now be blocked mid-air, making it easier for opponents to approach by jumping. I think a better wording for this probably could have been that she is very difficult to approach. Like, she covers a lot very quickly. At a full screen range, she can be very tricky for characters to jump in, because by the time she recovers for her far M and H, she has like another button that she could challenge you with, giving her quite a bit of screen dominance. Granted, that is her style though. She should be able to play that way, but depending upon the character she goes against, that could have been worded differently. I think I get what you actually meant here, not the skill gaps between players, because it was asking a lot for players of a lower skill level to go for roll through, which was your answer, right? Or at least it kept you locked down at that full range, because it's all right. I got medium, I got heavy. You blocked, here comes whip, and you have to wait and see what that next follow-up is. At the same time, Ferry ought to elect options to stop an advancing foe, so we strengthen some of her skills to counter them. Right. These two can't exist in the same paragraph. At least if you word this the way you did, then this cannot exist in the same paragraph. That's ultimately, like, you can't say that, yeah, one-sided dominance, but also doesn't have the ability to stop the foe advancing. She kind of did. I think there's a broader understanding to this than just the face value of skill gaps between players could lead to one-sided dominance. Because while true, there needs to be the why right after, because this is also countering a little bit of what you just said. That's a tough note. All right, so guess benched was, yeah, just a shot. Like guess benched, although its range has been slightly reduced, now swaps Ferry's position with the foe upon a successful grab followed by heal. Win followed by heal. Huh. Interesting. This change allows her to turn the tables by swapping places, addressing her previous difficulty in cornering opponents or escaping from corners herself. That's a nice reward. Startup for medium guest spends has been reduced, and it can now be charged. This adjustment makes it possible to chain it from attacks like crouching heavy. The rewards for landing a 2H and U guest spends have also, the rewards for landing a heavy and alt guest spends have also been improved on hit and block respectively. Ferry's dash heavy has been enhanced with increased ground bounce on hit, allowing for follow-ups like her far-standing light. Huh. Really? In exchange, it is now more clearly punishable when blocked. Vergiften? That's the bouncing ball. Okay, now deals more hits, even if blocked. Ferry can use its block stun to land an overhead attack with her jumping L. This is why they reduce the damage on fuzzies. Because now, not only is Versusia going to have like a lot of fuzzy opportunities, but so does Ferry. Because of this additional hits. However, due to system-wide changes affecting jump attacks, see right after that. During Ascent, the overall reward from this combo has been reduced. So keep that in mind. Far-standing medium can now be blocked mid-air. That makes it easier for everyone else. Same for far heavy. Travel speed and distance have been increased for dash M. Recovery has been increased by 5 frames, so it's -8, super punishable. Guest Ben's pull range has been slightly shortened. Pull strength has been increase swapping sides with the foe. Guest spend startup has been reduced from 32 to 29, can now be charged the maximum of up to 44 frames. Launch height has been increased, making follow-ups easier. Can now be followed up with additional attacks from close and long range. Nice. Ultimate guest spends pull strength on block has been increased. Beppo, Sika. That one is... Oh, just the 6S. Okay. So her DP. Knockback when blocked midair has been adjusted to increase distance. Nice. Trombe. Startup has been reduced 24 to 21 frames. That's the hula hoop back S. Pull range has been expanded on the alt version. Travel arc has been expanded against ranged foes. Okay. Alt GG launch height has been increased. Knockback has been reduced, making follow-ups easier. Iron Ball hit stop has been increased by 5 frames. That's 5U. Okay. Blocking, when blocking the final hit from -2 to +3. Okay. Hit count has been increased from 5 to 8 on per Giftin. Total damage dealt 2,500 has not been changed. All right. No longer reduces damage from normal throws, raging strikes, and chains and brave counters. That's Henrikten. What is Henrikten? Oh, that's her SSBA install. Or no, excuse me. It's not her SSBA. That's just her install SBA. All right. That'll be interesting. I don't know. Like, it makes it easier for the cast to make the approach. They've adjusted her fuzzy potential, so she might be less potent in this version of the game here. Like, tremendously less potent. We'll see how the blocks don't work. Like, there's a lot of tools that helps her to side swap, to get out of corner situations, to keep pushing the opponent away. So we'll see how that plays out. Time is it. Okay. You're so confused on the patch for Ferry. Yeah, it is weird. Like, again, I don't think the sentence delivered what you actually meant here. Yes, it does lead to one-sided dominance, but I think she got too much. Like, remember, the big factor of this patch is that there's too much reward for little risk, and she doesn't risk a lot really trying to keep your opponent at bay. So you jump in, oh no, I hit my button, well, I still get a follow-up after. Like, that's not a big deal. You're not getting whip punished there. And then at the same time, you're kind of hurting her for that. I'm glad that you can block mid-air. A-rank footage, you think? It's like the difficulty to approach Ferry, depending upon your character, is kind of challenging to do. Because to that point, like, yeah, roll, spot dodge, find the timing, but also she could sit at that full screen and be like, I hit just fine. I still have guest spends to follow up right after. It just depends upon the character. I think this makes her more in line in terms of being able to approach. But this is one of those changes that I think is like, you kind of remove a little bit of the potency of what makes her so good. And I think this doesn't help her much at all. Like, it does make her a little bit worse. If I'm able to block far standing medium and far standing heavy by jumping in. Thank you so much for the follow, Segawar. Greatly appreciate it. It is such a bummer, because then I just get to jump in. I do block if you have like a projectile out there, so that's like your SBA. That makes unblockable scenario. No, not even. Like, you're making her worse off for that change. Like, you can't have this sentence here alongside this sentence. That's the biggest problem I have with this. Ferry often lacked options to stop an advancing foe, so he strengthened some of her skills to counter them. Cool, but you also said we found that skill gaps between players could lead to one-sided dominance. So this is... I'm torn on this change. I don't think it does her favors, for sure. It's the short of it, really. That's a long way of me saying I don't think it does her favors. I do think it does make it easier to approach, which I think is positive for the broad spectrum of characters, but it doesn't do Ferry any favors at all. Zeta, like, because I do like her follow-ups off of Beppo Sikkim. Like, great. I go light and medium. I push you further, so she doesn't have to spend meter to get that further pushback. The pull on heal is huge for her to get that side swap. I think that's awesome because then you have room to escape, get set up, get GG. It's nice for her. But yeah, it's definitely not good for Ferry. Zeta is a character. Her install at least got useful. Yeah, her install being a nice little change here. What they say they do, like, yeah, deals more hits, even blocks. So that's even more chip damage. Right? No. That's the ball. The Henrikten. What was that? No longer reduces damage from normal throws, raging strikes, and changed or brave counters. So that helps a little bit for her. So if you're locked in, you're going to be good to go. We'll see if not many folks really used install in this version of the game. I know Bpaw uses it now and again, though, so that's still nice. But Bpaw is definitely going to be soul searching on this version of the game. Zeta is a character with high mobility and explosive power thanks to her dynamic attacks, allowing her to change course partway through. When making these adjustments, we focus on reevaluating the risk and reward of the alt version of Spear of Arves. That's... Hold on, let me pull Zeta up, make sure I got all of that. Again, tragic, I don't know any of the actual names. I know their inputs. Spear of Arves. Yeah, it's just a regular thrust. Okay, 6. Her forward special. We're making these adjustments. No, you think that's not enough for Ferry to use install because her ball super got even better for mix-up? Yeah, I totally agree. I think her ball is still far better than her install, and you'll still see more of that. But you got to think about the... Actually, yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal, right? Because it's normal throws, raining strikes, chain, brave counter. Wait, hold on. This is... Yeah, that's weird. I do think the idea is to attempt to get players to use install more, because if you think about it, a lot of folks are getting fuzzy set up and you're taking, what was it? It was the damage reduction, 60% off fuzzies now. So yeah, I think that's probably the intent. So it gives more incentive for you to go to install, keep the opponent blocking, get your throw. They're still blocking Raging Strike or Raging Chain, and you get full damage. It definitely incentivizes you to use install way more than Ball Super. Ball Super has more utilization, 100%, but you have more incentive to use install now. That's the attempt, at least I think, for this change. So we're making adjustments off of the Spear of Arves to strengthen the light medium versions that were overshadowed by the utility of the heavy and alt versions. The overall damage of alt was reduced. It's now easier to punish when blocked. However, its properties on hit remain unchanged. Okay. Although allowing for the usual follow-up options. The reach of her jumping heavy was expanded as she had no far-reaching normals. Consequently, its hurt box has also been expanded. On the other hand, her jump U has been adjusted to be less oppressive in Okazemi situations, as it was extremely difficult to defend against in conjunction with her other skills. The timing for follow-ups has been sped up to make them chainable. now causing a juggle state on subsequent hits. Although its Okazemi utility is no longer as strong, the reduced knockback distance on the third hit now makes it easier for follow-ups from mid-screen. What's her... Additionally, increased frame advantage and after her throws will allow for Okazemi subs using attacks other than her jump U. Signal Drive, which previously had limited use, was improved for better utility and potential by making it easier to connect. Synchro. Is it the 5U? Yeah, Signal Drive. The reward for landing medium Infinite Wonders has increased and now deals more damage based on time spent charging. Recovery on block has been... Although its startup remains slow, it can be used to lead into follow-up attacks near the corner. Light medium version of Spirit Arvis has been enhanced to make them more viable compared to the heavy version. Recovery on block has been reduced, making them more difficult to punish. In return, the follow-ups now carry more risk, making hit confirmation crucial when using them. Knockback for Spear of Arvis Rise has been adjusted, now allowing for follow-ups on counter hit. The light and heavy versions can also now be chained into from a triple attack. Dash M travel speed distance has been increased. Jump heavy, forward hitbox has been expanded along with its hurt box. That's good for her. Jump U, rebound has been increased. Follow-up timing is now faster. Initial jump height has been reduced. Yeah, what's the plan here on Jump U? Okay. Initial jump height reduced, now causes juggle state on grounded hits. Launch height has been increased. Initial jump height has been reduced, now causes juggle state on grounded hits. Mid-air hit stun has been increased 18 to 26 frames. Lateral knockback reduced, while launch height has been increased. Recovery reduced on throw, changing frame advantage from plus 40 to plus 48. Now causes juggle state on grounded hits. The medium version now causes wall bounce of Infinite Wonders. That's cool. Lateral knockback and launch height have been increased. Damage now increases based on charge duration. So 10 plus frames is 1100. 20 plus frames 1300. Spear Arvis, forward movement when used near the wall has been removed, making it easier for follow-ups. Okay. Interesting. Active frames been reduced 7 to 6 frames for light. Pushback has been increased. Now decelerates when blocked. What does that mean? If I block it, is it easier for me to punish it? Pushback. Follow-ups now carry more. Oh, okay, I see. All right. The universal scaling system now observes Zeta's damage by a lot, as I can understand. Off fuzzy, yeah. Active frames have been reduced 12 frames to 9 frames. This is like a big jump in smoke scale. No, I think you're talking about the rising one, right? Hold on, you could jump right back up to the top here. Wow, we're barely halfway through. Let's try to get to Cagliostro before I call a little bricky break. Talking about during the ascent nerf. So fuzzies are going to be scaled, not jump ins being scaled. So like on the descent, you're going to be fine. Still the exact same jump damage. It's the fuzzies that got duffed a little bit there, which you're going to want in this version of the game. When Versusia comes out, you're definitely going to want that. Absolutely. Push back on block increase. Now decelerates when blocked, so that just makes it easier to punish here. Yes, continue watching. Yes. I'm not done listening to Grand Blue music. Yeah, no problem, no problem. That would be crazy though. Jump ins reduced? Lord have mercy. That'd be such a bummer if that happened too. Like, yo, we improved Zeta's jump in, but that damage? Sayonara, like, oh man. But yeah, off the fuzzy, that's, yeah, understandable here. Oh, we were on the regular Spirit Arvis anyways. Damage has been reduced 2,500 to 2,000. Play footsies against Zeta. Pushback on block increased, acceleration. All right, so more of the same here. Launch height on counter hit has been increased. Clash level has been increased to match the heavy version. Okay. That'll be interesting. Yeah, reduced damage as well at long range. Spirit Arvis fall has been reduced damage. Pushback has been reduced. Yeah, all the same basically. But Ra's initial vertical hitbox has been expanded forward, allowing Zeta to chain triple attack and a light spear. They did the same for the heavy version. Medium will not get that addition. Excuse me. Spirit Arvis forward or backward follow-up pushback on block has been increased, or has been reduced. Rhapsody. Heavy Rhapsody is her DP? Yeah. Input buffering has been added, allowing fastest follow-ups to come out more easily. Okay. Yeah. Knee assault, light or medium Rhapsody follow-up. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Okay. Interesting. So just better Oki for her there. There's something supposed to be here. I think so. Either that's just a typo, or that there's what if there was something else or something more. Signo Drive now sends foes flying on hit. Advancing speed has been adjusted. Startup for the second Signo Drive has been reduced 18 to 16 frames. Pushback now increased based on number of hits. Can now hit continuously by holding the U button. Interesting. Knockback's less when hitting the parry follow-up. Yeah. I'm just thinking that for the knee assault, you get better Oki scenario there. This is essentially what we're doing. All right, Vaseraga. We saw the clip for Vaseraga looking real nice here. I knew it. I knew I was right. I knew it. I knew it. Yes, they talked to. Yes, I knew I was right when I called it out on Twitter. Oh my goodness. Thank you. So I did read it correctly. I just got gaslit a little bit, but it's gonna be. We'll see. We'll see. It's the shoulder check that did the wall bounce that was interesting for everybody. As the heaviest character in the game, Vaseraga was designed with impressive reach and power to compensate for his slow movement. Adjustments have been made to allow him to apply different types of pressure at close and mid-range, with the most significant changes to the damage properties of his charged heavy attacks. Maybe it's still his, maybe I'm still misreading again. I think I'm just setting myself up for disaster here in just a moment. I don't even want to know, because I just saw it. All right. Previously, having charged input options gave players agency to decide whether or not to consume Soul Forge. To improve the consistency of his options, skills are now rewarded in proportion to time spent charging. In addition to dealing more damage, medium version of Battalions of Fear now travels faster and farther. This track is fun. Allowing Vaseraga to be a threat at any range, light version's knockback has been reduced, allows for mid-air foes to recover, making it possible to continue applying pressure after they recover, even at mid-screen. Great Scythe Grinoth, which has had a slower startup and less damage compared to a normal throw, has also been adjusted to now work against foes in hit stun. Sweeping / follow-up after Savage Rampage now advances forward before striking, extending its reach. Yo, Vaseragas have been eating good these last couple patches. These adjustments were made to make it easier to approach foes for mid-range. I don't think he had a problem with that. I don't think he had a problem. Fuselit gave us something to think about here. Crossover. Travel distance has been adjusted to match other characters. Startup has been reduced 35 to 30 frames for a heavy charge, close heavy charge. Damage has been increased, from 19 to 23. Now causes foe to crumple on hit. Grounded hit stun increased 26 to 34. Midair hit stun 26 to 60. Lateral knockback reduced while launch height has been increased. I knew it. Lateral knockback has been reduced while launch height has been increased. See, real quick. Don't listen to folks that just be making opinions off of videos without the notes in front of them. This right here is exactly what I thought it was. Oh my goodness. I just want to say I told you so real quick. That's all. No longer pushes Vaseraga back when near the corner. Voss is already good, but now his Stampede will scare just like a bull Stampede. Good. There's only one person that's making Vaseraga work. Well, there's a couple, to be fair. There are few and far between that this becomes a major problem. We're probably going to see Vaseraga stocks increase, maybe, but if you're not already playing Voss, we're probably not seeing more Voss out there. But yeah, block stun has been increased 22 to 26. Changing frame advantage from -4 to 0. No longer pushes Voss back when near the corner. If we let Fuselit land this on block, it's gonna be scooped. Like, you're gonna get scooped. Charge, startup reduced from 37 to 30. Damage has been increased to 1900. Hit stun duration of 45, 60 midair. Anti-air now causes wall bounce, even when used mid-screen. Knockback has been adjusted. Unrecoverable duration has been increased from 30 to 60 frames. Crouch charge, startup has been reduced 33 to 30. Damage has been increased 14 to 1800. 30 to 60 for midair hit stun now causes a juggle state on grounded hits. Knockback has been adjusted. Nice. Dash H charge, travel speed and distance have been increased. Damage. They threw in 2 buffs and they were like, nah, you're wrong. It's always that. Yes! Yes! I love being right. I'm sorry, I love it. Increase for dash H charge. Damage has been increased to 1900. 60 frames. Hit stun. Launch height has been increased. Now causes guard crush when blocked. Startup reduced and falling speed increased on JU. That's pretty good, actually. I wonder what they reduced it to. And the recovery. Oh, falling speed. Yeah, we're not gonna know the falling speed. Light Instinction now causes juggle state on grounded hits. Lateral knockback reduced. Instinction is just his wave. Battalions of Fear. Yes. Midair hit stun has been reduced 60 to 25. All right, so you get to recover a little bit quicker. Lateral knockback has been reduced while launch height has been increased. Maybe it'll be just like Siegs jump you. Yeah, maybe. In terms of speed, the fall, yeah. It did seem kind of weird that it was floaty. Battalions of Fear fully charged, damage increased to 22. Hit stop has been increased by 6 frames. Changes the frame advantage to -2. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Second hit now causes wall bounce. We saw that in the clip. Damage now increases with time. 1,000 times 2 with no charge. 1,400 times 2 fully charged. Dude's gonna hurt. Now gains the same armor properties as Ravaging Stomp. It reduces damage by 50%. Unarmored against unblockable skills. Pushback on the second hit has been reduced when the first hit is blocked. Great Scythe Grind Off. That is the throw, right? Yeah. Throw range expanded. Can now grab grounded foes and hit stun. My God. They've been building up for this, actually. So the last patch forced stand off of the Rampage. So if you go for reset, interesting. And then also think about like the hit stop, or at least like the additional hit stun added to some of these moves that gives opportunity for Great Scythe to be thrown in. Kind of leans into the changes with the Ladiva, where they wanted her to have more command grab play, so we're going to get more usage out of this move, as opposed to using this just as a reversal. Sweeping Slash now advances forward, expanding its attack range. That's the follow-up after the Savage Rampage, yeah. And then Ravaging Stomp, upper hitbox reduced. Block stun has been increased to 24 to 29. Changing the frame advantage from 11 to -6. Pushback on block has been increased. I think this is great. Vaseraga, like you said, as well as Sega, is already terrifying. They made him all the more terrifying now. So you should, honestly, someone barreling down at you with Savage Rampage, Ravaging Stomp, is certainly supposed to be feared. And this makes him all the more terrifying to deal with. He's going to get a lot of reward for charging these moves, and I think that's great. Narmaya. I'm hopeful for Narmaya because, you know, she does a lot of work to try to open her opponents up, and I think I'm hoping that she does have a little bit reduced work to open people up. She puts herself at risk so often. And with that little hiccup there, give me a second here. I want to go get a refill on water. So give me one moment while I get that. And prepare the cassette for Narmaya is what you heard? Okay, give me 1 second here. I need to go get water. Okay. All right. Thank you for bearing with me here. Just a moment. Get the transition back. Normally going to be in a good place, but since you know very little about her, you'll stay quiet. Okay. You just want her jumping, spinning attack to be an overhead like TK Yozansen? Oh, God. Oh, God. That would be so terrifying. It looks like it, right? But we'll see what they've done. Narmaya's adjustments are primarily focused on improving the versatility and pressure of her Setsuna and Crescent Moon skills. You might get your wish, actually. Just by that alone, you might get that wish. Light, medium, heavy Setsuna now have the same properties and effectiveness at any range. What? Since this makes your foes advance much more difficult, the skills have been made mid-air blockable. Setsuna now causes more block stun, light Setsuna, and pushback on block to help keep your foe at bay. Medium Setsuna now causes grounded foes to fall backward on hit, and crumples on counter hit, giving you an opportunity to strike back. I like that. Heavy Setsuna now causes wall bounce in the corner, even when hit from afar, allowing for combo potential even at a distance. However, recovery on block has been increased. The properties of U Transient have changed to make it usable as an advancing attack. Is that right? Compared to other characters, Narmaya is a very difficult and technical character to use. Very true. Simplifying the skill will improve her ease of use. Okay. To improve the versatility of Crescent Moon, different properties have been given to light, medium, heavy versions. Oh no. Mid-air, medium Crescent Moon on block now leaves you open to getting punished, but has combo potential on hit. Other versions of Crescent Moon have also been adjusted and can be used in a string or as a counter. The lower hitbox of Ultimate Crescent Moon has been reduced in order to not hit foes using a crossover to avoid the possible cross-up. Okay, pushback on a blocked you. Kyokai Sugetsu, Kyoka Sugetsu has been reduced, allowing it to be more easily punished. Okay. Pushback on, butterfly effect can now be activated during heavy counter hits and brave counters. Interesting, okay. Start reduced on jump H and U free flutter. Is free flutter is pink or blue? Oh, blue is free flutter. Okay. So saying that they want her to be more versatile, but they're making her a coin toss RPS. She's already a coin toss RPS, though, it seems like. Yeah, it does. We'll see what this does, because like, same property is effective. Like, I like these changes for Setsuna a lot. If it is what I think it, where it hits the same range on medium, like it's got that same length across the screen, cool. But now you have more combo ability. If I snipe you from full screen, then like, all right, cool. You've been crumbled. I get to run up and body you real quick. Free flutter. 97. Okay, yeah. So faster on jump U and free flutter. And faster on jump heavy free flutter, which is interesting. What do the hitbox look like on jump H? I have to know. Light Setsuna no longer has different attributes depending upon range. Now deals 900 damage and launches foes from any range. Nice. Increased pushback on block. Block stun has been increased by 4 frames, so changing frame advantage is now -8. Can now be blocked midair. Knockback has been reduced. Why are we allowing to block these projectiles in midair? I wonder. Oh. I don't think Versusia can get in. I don't think she'll be able to get in on these characters without that. That actually makes sense. Because she can't run that fast. That sucks for Ferry. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about it out loud, like that actually makes a lot of sense why they would change these to block in midair. Poor Versucio. Knockback has been reduced, but their unrecoverable duration has been adjusted. No longer has different attributes on any range, 1500 damage. Causes crumple on counter hit. Fall backward on hit. So if you're grounded, you got the knockback. I get advantage. Crumple on counter hit. Cannot be blocked midair. Anti-air knockback has been adjusted. 1300 damage. Recovery has increased by 4, so -2. So it's now your turn. Wall bounce from any range. Transient. Now attacks automatically after moving. Translate into follow-up skills. Input window for follow-up skills increased. That'll help. Make you guess around transient a little bit more. Yeah, because you go 4S into S. What? Yeah, S, success. 4. Kyoka, push back on block for the 3rd and 4th hit has been reduced. That's all Kyoka. Or Kyoka. Alright. Crescent Moon Light grounded. Startup has been reduced 32 to 27. Oh my god. Falling speed has been increased, reducing time until landing. Recovery when landing has been reduced by 1 frame. So you're going to be very safe on this. No longer causes ground bounce, the medium version. Now causes ground bounce on counter hit if anti-aired. If you hit with anti-air. Recovery when landing has been reduced by 1 frame. No more ground bounce. Same thing. Now causes ground bounce if you hit anti-air. Recovery when landing reduced. All right. Lower hitbox has been shortened to prevent hitting crossovers. All right, so I don't think they want you to cross up on this because you get people who commit to a run and then you get hit from behind. So I don't think they want you to do that anymore. Crescent Moon midair on the medium. Midair hit stun has been increased 30 to 60 frames. Lateral knockback reduced. While launch height has been increased, behavior on hit and block has been changed. It's now easier to combo on hit, but it's also easier to get punished on block. Recovery when landing has been increased to 12 frames. Oh, good lord. All right, so that seems weird. That I wouldn't say the casket necessarily. Her Setsuna is very nice. I think this is a very positive change for her in terms of closing. It also makes her very viable against some of these zoning characters. Unfortunately, this is like an overall attack against zoning characters, but it's adding another tool for her to close the gap against like your Meteras, right? So you do have Setsuna Slash, then also you could use Ultimate Crescent Moon, but no longer crossing up, right? If you go for Alt Crescent. I like that butterfly effect you could change during counter hits. You could change during Brave Counter. That gets her access to her additional specials, or puts you back in a better position if you try to steal back in a corner, reset. her crescent moons are fascinating. So you're not going to see folks trying to go for, I think this is probably her biggest nerf, right? You're not going to get the Tiger Knee Crescent Moon. We've seen folks go for with throw. Like, I think she's still going to work the same way she did before because people are... The scare of Narmaya is so often people run up. Like, watching K-Tag is run up, I'm going to do Crescent Moon, and you're trying to throw, or you try to jab out the run up, which is no longer there anymore because I'm airborne and I get the full punish. This changes as if you're blocking. Yeah, like, I don't think she's worse off per se. I think that she's still relatively the same. I'd have to talk to like K-Tang about it and see what he thinks. I think this is probably a big one here. The blocked in midair is probably like a warning sign for a lot of people. But man, Versusia won't be able to get in. if this does not exist across the board, Versusia is screwed, man. Like, she just does not get to play. All right. Soriz. Don't tell me they did a lot to this character. You don't need anything for this character. You don't need nothing. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, it's long. All right. We're just about to get halfway through because after Soriz, Zooey, and then Cagliostro. Okay. Soriz makes full use of a variety of dynamic techniques to attack furiously and control the pace of a round. Although he possesses a massive damage potential, we made adjustments to further strengthen him. Why? Go on. First off, we've increased the benefits for successfully pulling off Muscle Fury, his unique action. After tanking a hit with Muscle Fury and landing the follow-up reactive muscles, he'll gain an additional badge. Meaning, it's possible to gain 2 badges at a time. Okay. Also, we've improved the defensive bonuses these badges confer. Finally. Yeah, what is the bonus that you get, right? You should... Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's... Oh, he just survives even longer. Okay, interesting. So you just get faster damage reduction. Wait. Increase the benefits for successfully pulling off. They nerfed alt skill starter damage, so Soriz did probably need something. Yeah. After tanking a hit with Muscle Fury and landing follow-up reactive muscles, he'll gain an additional badge, possibly 2 badges at a time. Also, okay, I'll have to read what they do. Finally, we made it possible for players to activate the follow-up using the throw button, which should provide a more comfortable experience for pad players. Here are a few more detailed adjustments. Roundhouse Fang will come out quicker, making them easier to use with punishes. That's his... Yeah, okay, yeah, his DP, the forward S. This is especially true of Heavy, which now has a 5-frame startup, meaning it has extra utility in combos or as a counter. On the other hand, his 6-6H is out. Well, okay. The medium version's hitbox has been expanded, which should make it easier to land from mid-range. Rock Smash was difficult to counter. Yeah, because he's +4. Even when successfully predicted, making it too safe as a tool for wake-up pressure. To compensate, we reduce its active frames, increase with recovery. Macho Ultimatum is an install that enhances Soriz's skills and defense, but its slow startup could land him in hot water if not timed properly. So we sped up its activation. I think that's smart. We don't see a lot of that very often anymore. His Super Skybound art, Way of the Fundoshi Fist, was difficult to include in combos. So we've made his regular Skybound art, Leaping Tiger, Charging Dragon, remove 2 bravery points on hit, while Macho Ultimatum is active. That's sick. That's sick. I mean, 5 frame startup isn't huge, right? Hold on. That was off his roundhouse frag. Yeah. So it's 6 frames to begin with. So it's 1 frame faster at startup. So that's going to be only slightly noticeable. Dash M, travel speed and distance spin increase. Dash H, armor now activates starting for frame 9 instead of 16. That is useful. Roundhouse Fag, startup reduced 7 to 6. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Travel speed and distance increased for medium. 6 to 5 for the heavy. Okay. Rock Smash. Active frames on the 3rd pillar have been reduced 6 to 3 frames, changing total active frames for all 3 pillars from 18 to 15. Whiff recovery has increased by 5. Nice. Which, let's see. Oh, wow. Lots of recovery time there. This is for combo because you have to kick them flying away. Yeah. Which I think is fine there. So you go for the light version and stay close, ideally. You get better Oki that way. Otherwise, you just like sayonara. And it's that whip punish opportunity too. Defensive bonus badges increased. Reactive muscles activation window has been made earlier by 2 frames. Earliest can be done is 20. New input option also activates before throw. Now provides badge landing the attack. It doesn't say how much it increases defensive bonuses, but okay. Interesting. Yeah, nice changes for Soriz. Nothing significant, which is good. He didn't really need a lot, so that's nice. You give him a touch for his offense. Zooey. We'll be adjusting Zoe's underperforming skills, as well as giving her more options for various scenarios and opportunities for combo conversion. Increasing the travel distance of both medium spinning slash, medium aerial spinning slash when following up far standing heavy with medium spinning slash. Now every hit should land, increasing far standing heavy's value as a poke. In addition, medium aerial spinning. Oops. We just finished Soriz. How is it going to play Soriz there? In addition, medium spinning aerial slash will now travel the length of the screen, providing a surprise option for anywhere. Does she need that? She already has the Ford F-150. The lightning portion of Heavy Thunder now causes a ground bounce. Actually, she does need that against Versusia. Giving Zooey combo options in the corner. Also, light medium now launch the foe on the initial hit. Really? When used in a combo, charged version can allow for good Okazemi pressure, giving Zooey players another option when they can't make use of Summon Dragon. Although U Thunder's follow-up lightning strikes were practically unblockable if the initial hit landed, it had a few practical applications. In this balance update, we've adjusted it to fire off 5 lightning strikes. On hit, it sends the foe reeling backward, allowing for a follow-up with medium aerial spinning slash. We've also made startup faster, making it possible to chain near standing heavy with ultimate thunder. U spinning slash can only be used as a conversion in the corner, so we've made it so Zooey won't push herself out of an advantageous position. It still remains -4 on block. Interesting. Spinning slash received some changes, huh? Get herself 2H from full screen. She sure can. Jumping U now causes wall bounce on counter hit. Even when used mid-screen? Dust loops from mid-screen? Let's go. Wait. Off of a single jump arc? I wonder. I wonder! That'd be sick. Yeah, setups real mid-screen, not real thing. Dash M, travel speed and distance have been increased. I think that's good. That makes her overhead a little more potent. Mortal thrust. That's the 5U, right? Mortal thrust? The L Dragon is the Immortal Thrust? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Almost active frames after making contact with the camera boundary have been reduced. Frames when reaching corner have not been changed. Interesting. Zooey's now fixed in position until the attack becomes active. Peacemaker wings. That's her. Oh yeah, her alt fireball. Reduce cases where it whiffs if Zooey is punished. Dragon stays close to connect attacks. You might be wrong. It's I think it's if the opponent rolls through, then the dragon just kind of stops at the camera as opposed to keeps going that full distance, so that you can kind of gauge where your heavy beam is gonna hit from the opposite side, I think. So I think it still goes. It's gonna reduce cases where it was if Zooey's pushed, such as by a foe's dash. I see you. Travel speed and distance have been increased on spinning slash medium. Alt spinning slash no longer pushes Zooey back when blocked in the corner. Interesting. Really aggressive in the face. Aerial spinning slash. Travel speed has been adjusted. The following portion of the attack will now hit at maximum distance. It's the medium version though. Excuse me. Light, medium, and heavy thunder. The sword portion of the attack now launches the foe upon connecting. Really? That's fun. Okay. When the sword and lightning portions of the skill both connect, the lightning portion will no longer have follow-up damage scaling, nor affect the combo limit. It's not a fork, so can you just throw it out? On, which one? For the Peacemaker wing? Oh, alt spinning slash. That would be bad. If it being -4, you should be able to throw it. And it just depends upon what they mean by. See, that's if it no longer pushes back while you're in the corner, then that's a punishable situation. So you get your back throw and you get your side swap. So that's good for you defensively. I wonder, but I don't think that's going to come into play if someone does it. Like, why would you do that on block? I guess because you're at a range where you'd be safe enough. Oh, wait, no. You. No, I'm thinking aerial. Sorry. Yeah, alt-rec is not likely. Like, you're gonna be safe, but I think maybe just for boosted damage. I wonder if this is ooh, on hit. Okay, think about it this way though. Corner combo potential. I wonder. Well, no, because then I am listening to you still, I promise. Yeah, because you go for... Oh, but it's on block. No, I'm reading too much into it then. Yeah, no. So if it's no longer pushing, you get thrown then. It's not safe to just throw that out there, which, yeah, that leads us right back to no one's doing that. Third lightning strike now causes ground bounce on midair hits. Additionally, knockback has been adjusted. That's cool. So if I happen to snipe you off of the thunder, then I get a follow-up. Not bad. Attributes have been adjusted. Now produces 5 lightning strikes. The sword portion of the skill no longer causes guard crush. Startup has been reduced to 24 to 22. Pushback has been adjusted. Anti-air knockback adjusted. Hit stop adjusted. Also activates a forward throw. The last wish. Okay. Armageddon. Active frames on a close range hitbox have been increased 3 to 6. The spacing for determining a close range hit has not changed. Okay. Interesting. So I think stabilizes your spinning slashes. Making him a little more consistent. And I think that is probably ideal because spinning slash, at least in vanilla, yeah, off of far H, like that leads to her like bigger routing in terms of damage, but 2M's always an excellent button for her. Absolutely, I agree. It's the hope that you use other routes by the sounds of it here. That you can. Because again, another aspect of like a guiding point of this update is to have those underutilized moves to get more time of day. Cagliostro, we've hit the halfway mark. Although Cagliostro is a tricky character who excels at controlling space and limiting her opponent's movement options by setting traps and flinging rocks, we'll be making adjustments to give her an easier time confirming into combos, as well as improving some of her attacks with poor risk-reward investment. What do you mean? Hold on. Controlling space, limiting her opponent's movement options by setting traps and flinging rocks. We'll be making adjustments to give her an easier time confirming into combos, as well as improving some of her attacks with poor risk-reward investment. To compensate for these changes, I hope it means like poor as in like, well, there's not enough risk, but she gets a ton of reward. To compensate for these changes, we'll also be toning down some of her versatile aerial options, given her their current strength. First off, we're reducing the charging time of her unique action, Collapse, to better reflect the speed of the game. Okay. We've also increased Cagliostro's fall speed after she cancels in midair Collapse, meaning she'll be less exposed as she makes a landing. Okay. Next, we've increased the launch height and mid-air hit stun of light medium, Meathead, making them easier to follow up. This means it's possible to loop Meathead now. What? So we made an adjustment to make it harder to continue comboing after the third Meathead in a combo. Okay. As for mid-air, you Meathead, we initially made it so it applies the trap above the opponent, giving it a way to counter an opposing anti-air. But it restricted the opponent's movements a bit too much in some cases. Now the trap is placed farther away, so it can be used as a poke or to surprise the opponent from afar. What? Medium calculated's block stun was too long for a move used at mid-range. Yeah! Leaving Cagliostro at disadvantage afterward. Wait. What? Wait! We've also increased advantage on hit, meaning it should be easier to follow up now. Medium. Wait. What? What? No. 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 While a use spare body behaves differently on the ground and in midair, it can be difficult to react to. As an invincible move, that could lead into strings. It provided too little risk for big rewards, so we've toned it down. The ground version will remain invincible on startup, but the post-attack warp will now place Cagliostro a few steps away from the opponent. We've also increased its recovery time when blocked, making it riskier for the midair version. We've made it so Cagliostro can continue attacking afterward, even on block, but we've removed its invincibility, separating... Oh, I think I completely skipped an entire sentence here. Separating the use cases for both versions of the attack. Ground version will remain invincible on startup, but the post-attack warp will now place Cagliostro a few steps away from the opponent. Yeah. We've also increased recovery time when blocked, making it riskier. Dash heavy, anti-air, lateral knockback has been reduced while ground bounce height has been increased. Yeah. Mid-air hit stun has been increased 18 to 30 frames. Lateral knockback reduced while launch height has been increased. While landing multiple light or medium Meathead in a combo. Now allows for immediate mid-air recovery after the third hit. When landing multiple Meathead in a combo, damage scaling no longer applies to the second Meathead for the heavy version. Active frames for traps have been increased by 120 frames. Distance at which trap is placed has been increased for the mid-air version. What? No! 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 Why? Why would recovery has been reduced by 3 frames, changing frame advantage on block from -4 to -1. In accordance with this adjustment, projectile negation frames when collapse is charged have been reduced by 3 frames. Lateral knockback has been increased for Alexandria. Spare body ground teleport location after attacking has been changed to a short distance backward instead of mid-air. In accordance with behavioral change, knockback, etc. has been adjusted. No longer invincible while falling. Slowdown effect now ends upon landing if active. Required charge frames required to reach level 1 have been reduced 25 to 20. Okay. 30 to 20 to charge midair. That is the halfway mark of these patch notes. Still plenty more characters to go through. Oh my goodness. 16 characters left. 16 characters to go. But that will end the first video on YouTube. So if you're watching the VOD, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Live, we're going to keep going through these changes. It's only taking 2 hours, 48 minutes to do. But if you have, if you are on the YouTube, these are going to be timestamp per character. So you just click chapter to chapter, go to your character, or watch the whole thing if you want to clean through. Pick and choose, whatever you like. But that'll do for that video. What do you think about that first half? Huh? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, everybody on YouTube, stay happy, stay healthy, and later days.